Have you seen these wrestlers? AEW has come under a lot of criticism in the past since its beginning. Some of it justified, some of it not so much, some of it just a bunch of raving lunatics. While AEW has many strengths, and one of them being how protective they are of their talent, especially when it comes to illnesses and injuries, one of their apparent challenges that they still to this day seem to struggle with is communication. We saw some of this rear its ugly head with the whole CM Punk backstage incidents, both Muffin Gate as well as the brawl in from All In, Crimea River, Jack Perry. But that brings me to one of my major points. While I respect Tony Khan being protective of his talent and not wanting to feed the dirt sheets or not wanting to get rumors perpetuated, there are certain storyline elements that need a little more explanation for the fans to keep us from speculating. For example, many of us questioned why, after defeating FTR so decisively, that the Blackpool Combat Club was absent from the tag team tournament. Jon Moxley especially would have been dominant and would have been happy to cut a quick promo explaining any reason why he's in the tournament. And there's so many people out there speculating on why. How many of them know the truth? It wouldn't have taken Moxley much time at all to cut a quick promo saying, hey, I tweaked my knee a little bit, or hey, we proved something and we'll just wait for the winner and we'll take them out or something. And it's not that Moxley's taking a break from wrestling. He's going to be wrestling a lot of independent dates. So there should have been some sort of explanation why they're not in it. Then we get to Jack Perry. Jack Perry shows up at New Japan, tears up his AEW contract. What's going on with that whole situation? Why are we left to speculate what Jack Perry's status is and how that fits into not only New Japan, but the inevitable upcoming Forbidden Door? Are we going to see Jack Perry at Forbidden Door? There needs to be at least some kind of update to the fans. And I know there's legal matters a lot of times, but storyline, you could at least come up with something that's a good cover story. And then we get to Britt Baker. What are we doing? She doesn't seem to be injured. She seems to be showing up a lot of places on social media. She seems to be constantly reminding us of her presence in her past victories. And again, this is somebody that even when she was injured, she was a role model. So why did she just disappear all of a sudden from our TVs with no explanation? Especially now where she could fit perfectly into a feud with Mercedes Moné. Maybe they're holding off. Maybe they're waiting for Jamie Hayter to come back. But there needs to be some storyline reason why we're not seeing the DMD on TV. Miro's another one. And I know Miro, there's probably some back and forth, but to find out that not only he's in Bulgaria, but then his cryptic tweet about, hey, he had a knee injury, he would think that Tony Khan knew about it. That seemed a little bit off, and that goes back to that miscommunication that we talked about before. And finally, this bitch. Where the flub is Paige VanZant? She had one match, and she has been like a virus on the AEW roster, taking up spaces that should belong to Janaya Kai, Jordan Blade, or a number of other rising stars in the independent scene. And she doesn't even seem interested in AEW in the slightest. She seems to be content with her OnlyFans and Instagram showing her. As a fan, please give us something. Give us something of why we don't see Keith Lee. Give us something of why certain things are going on. And not just a, hey, I haven't heard from him. There needs to be some storyline. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.